Good morning. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. Thank you for being here. It's Wednesday and I am going to start right at 9 o'clock. If you would please sprinkle that way. Everything's backwards to me when it's right for you. So if you would please sprinkle, I would appreciate it. I've had many of you do that for a long time and it's wonderful. And those of you who just sprinkled and sent a friend to me, thank you so much. I really appreciate that. I have a couple of new customers because of your generosity of sharing with them my links and sharing for me. I really appreciate you. I hope you're having a good day so far. We have one more minute before I get started, but I just wanted to welcome you in. Let me know who you are when you get here. Where you're from is always fun for me to see. I love it when there's people all over the United States, people all over the country. On the replay, I enjoy seeing all my friends from YouTube. Hi, Stephanie. Thank you for being here, my friend. Welcome. Walk on in. Come on in and let's visit everybody. It is almost time to start. I have a really fun card for you today. I am no way the original designer of the fun fold, but I am the original designer of the way I embellished this Pinwheel Tower card. I'm sure maybe if you're a demonstrator, you've made these before. If you're a customer, maybe you've seen them online. But this morning I want to teach you how I make it and how I chose to embellish it. Now, if you know me, you know that I like to use product a few times so you can see the diversity, how many different things you can do with it. I like to pull back things that I used a little while ago so you can see how you can incorporate them together. So today I'm using a few different dies and still using the sketch butterfly dies and some cardstock, some in-color cardstocks for color. So anyway, let me turn you down and get started. I have a lot to share. Okay, let me turn you around. Okay, there we go. Okay, good morning again to all. Welcome to Stampin' All Day with Bev. I am your host, Beverlee Morales, and I have a July host code for you. Here it is here. Good morning, Florence. You can shop with me anytime at beverleystamps.stampinup.net. And I have a YouTube channel as well where I will download this to YouTube in a little while later today. And then if you need to talk to me, you can email me. That's the way I will see it the fastest. I promise I'm really not good with Messenger. So email is the best way to get a hold of me. Still bonus days. We've gone over that many times, but it's basically for $50 United States, USA order. You earn a $5 coupon card. You save that code. And then in August, you redeem it for $5 off. Hey, Becky, Stampin' Up! Extended the free shipping to today. So if you forgot, you missed out, you weren't sure, whatever reason you didn't order yesterday because of the worldwide power outage, a lot of people had problems, so Stampin' Up! Extended free shipping for today for all orders over $75. Woohoo, you have another chance. All right, I want to talk about my class that's coming up. I got a little bit of feedback, and people want to see the whole project. I only shared a sneak peek, and that's fine with me. I'll show you the whole project. It is a frame that you can hang on your wall. Here it is. You can join this class. I have two classes. One of them is online. One of them is in person. The in-person class is a Saturday, August 31st. It starts at 10 o'clock in my studio. The minimum order is $60 from yesterday on to the 10th of August. You can place the $60 order with me and then email me and tell me that you want to be part of this class. It is, again, using the sketched butterflies, and I think I saw that the stamp set's not available right now. However, it's back on the week starting the 5th of August, so you still have time to get it. So, but you will receive everything that, all the cutouts that you saw right now when I show that to you, and here are the things you need to have with you at home, or to bring with you to class. And if you sign up, then I will send you this so you can read that and know exactly what you need. Thank you, Debbie Pine, for telling me I had the wrong date on my last announcement. Monday is September 2nd. Hi, Virginia. And same type of deal, same project, $60 order plus $3 shipping charge for me to send your packet to you, and I will send this to you if you sign up. Okay. I have a winner for one of my cards. Look at this. I did it a little different this time. Instead of randomly putting everybody in a wheel, I read all my comments, and I'm telling you, I think I've had one negative comment in years and years and years and years. And it wasn't even about the stamping, it was about the noise when my contractor was working here. Remember that a couple of years ago when I was remodeling? Well, anyway, that was the only negative comment I think that I can remember that, oh, and then they didn't like me saying hi. Somebody didn't like me saying hi to all of you as you pop in. But I took a little, I asked you guys, and you said that you like to hear me welcome you, so I continue to do that. So all my messages really, really, really make me feel good. I appreciate your time responding. And so I read, hi, Karen. So I went through them, and I found this one on YouTube. It's from Jacqueline. So Jacqueline, I'm going to send you a card. One of the cards you get to pick that I made at my last live. This is card number 3. This is card number 2. And this is card number 1. So when you get back to me via email, tell me if you want 1, 2, or 3, and I'm going to send that to you. Look what she said. I had to print it out to show you how absolutely beautiful. I was trying to figure out what kind of a card to make for my sister-in-law. Thanks to your lovely demo, I know what to create. You are so creative. Thanks so much. My goodness, if that doesn't warm my heart, wouldn't that warm your heart if you got such a nice message? So thank you so much, Jacqueline. You pick out one of those cards, and I am going to send it to you. Okay, so let's get ready to stamp. I'm going to show you the Pinwheel card. It's called a Pinwheel Tower card first. And the card that I'm making today is a little different from the card from the prototype. So it's just cardstocks are different and DSP's a little different, but making the card is all the same. So here is a Pinwheel card. This is how it stands up. This is how it looks when you're looking at it from the top. It has a little tower in the middle, and then it has what's called wings that come out from the tower. Yes, your knees might be shaking if you haven't made one before. You think, oh my gosh, Bev, that's going to be a lot of work. It really, really isn't. I'm going to show you how easy it is. It does fold down flat, and here is where I would write my message, and here is where the sentiments are on my tower card. It's a little bit bigger than normal size, so I had purchased some larger envelopes at Staples. What do they measure? 9 by 6 and 9 by 6, a little over 9, a little over 6, and it's a little bit bigger than the card when it's laid down flat. If you're going to mail this, it will take more postage. You made one of these last year. Yes, this is nothing new. It's definitely been around, but it's so much fun to make and to see. So this is the front of my card, and then my towers have pockets in them for gift cards. Now this part I have to give credit to my daughter, Heather. She was watching me make this. She goes, "What is that, Mom?" And I said, "It's a tower card." And I stood it up like this, and I had not embellished the inside yet. I was still thinking. And she said, "Mom, that would be so fun to receive as a birthday card," hence the wishing you a beautiful birthday, with little gift cards in each place. And I said, "Oh my gosh, Heather." She goes, "Mom, it would just make you squill every time you turn to the other side of the card." So I went to my dies that make the little gift card pockets, and there is a Starbucks gift card in that one. And then in this one, there's some cash. And then in this one, I didn't have another gift card, but you could put a little Visa card in there so they could spend anywhere. This is money they can put in their pocket, and this is a gift card specific to maybe a place that they like. I see that I got a little bit of glue on here last night, and I forgot to erase it, so I'm going to do that right now because this is way too pretty to have that blemish there. So the end colors I talked about are just on the butterflies to give your card color. And I loved using the Early Espresso ink to go with this wood grain paper. So let me tell you all about this card. What do you guys think so far? We didn't do pockets for gift cards. Great idea. Okay, yeah, each one of us demonstrators gives you a little bit different ideas. So if you want to take a snapshot of this is the card base. This is where you score. These are the wings that I talked about. So these are the wings. These are the measurements and how many you need. These are the cardstock mats that would layer on the wings, how many you need and their measurements. This is the DSP, how many you need and the measurement. And then there are a white cardstock and cardstock mats. Where did I put those? Did I not cut those out? Okay, it looks like I didn't cut those out. My goodness. All right, so I'm going to have to do that live. And then here's the white pieces. And you're also going to need an extra piece of white, bigger than this, to cut out the pockets. But I cut out 2 in advance just to cut this down a little bit. So that's my extra white piece for cutting out one of the pockets. And then I use the Sketch Butterflies bundle. I use the Pocket Thoughts dies. That's to make the pockets. I use the Designer Series tags, and you'll see what I use there. The DSP I use is Country Woods Designer Series paper, basic white cardstock, basic beige cardstock, Petunia Pop, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Early Espresso ink and cardstock, paper trimmer, Simply Score tool, tear and tape, liquid glue, mini glue dots, bone folder, take your pick tool, cut and emboss machine. Okay, maybe I left something out, I'm not sure, but we will find out when we get there, right? All right, so let's start with the card base. Here is a full piece of Early Espresso cardstock, and I need my paper trimmer to cut it down. This card takes 1 whole piece plus the other pieces for your pockets if you make one like mine. This is the 8.5 and this is the 11-inch side. So we're going to take the 8.5 and we're going to put it in our trimmer, and we're going to put the end at 5. Remember that card base is 7 by 5. So we're going to put the 8.5 up here and the end on 5, and we're going to cut. This makes this 3.5 already, which we're going to need in a minute. Then we're going to turn this on the 11-inch side and put the end on 7. So we have our 7 by 5 piece. There we go. Okay, so now we need wings. So we need 5 by 3.5. So this is 5 already. We need to cut it down to 3.5. So there's one of my wings, and this is what's left. This is already 3.5. Let me show you. See there? So we're going to go to 5 once and twice. because my instructions say I need 3 of these. Make sure I'm on 5. Okay. So I have 3 wings cut and the base cut out of 1 piece of cardstock, and here's what's left. Okay. Now we're going to do the scoring. I find it so much easier to score with a Simply scoreboard than my trimmer, but if you don't have one, you definitely could use your trimmer. It says here that we need to score at a 1/2 inch, 1.5, 2.5, and 3.5. That's really, really easy to remember. So here's my cardstock with the 7-inch side at the top, and I am going to find my 1/2 inch mark, and I'm going to take the wide ball of my stylus, and I'm going to score at 1/2 inch. And then it says 1.5. And then it says 2.5, and then 3.5. So what we have here is the 4th wing. Okay, so remember these are what we're calling wings. Okay, done with the scoreboard. Now you need your bone folder. Here's my tear and tape, my mini glue dots, my glue, my take your pick tool, and my snips. And I need my bone folder. I am going to burnish these lines. Just so we have a nice score line where we need them. And then I like to, when I'm without any adhesive, I like to fold things down and make sure that it's right. So see, there's your tower, and there's your wing. All right? So what we're going to do is we're going to put tear and tape here on this 1/2 inch rectangle that we made. The tear and tape is a little bit narrower than a 1/2 inch, but it works perfect right down the middle on this tower card. And that's why it's called tear and tape. You see how I put my nail down and just tore it? And then it just breaks off for you. Then I burnish the tear and tape. I always burnish my tear and tape because people have a love-hate relationship with tear and tape. They say it's hard to take off their projects, but if you burnish it and then you turn it sideways so you can grab the middle, I promise you the whole thing will come off very easily every time. So then you will love the stuff because it's so strong. So now we have 3 score lines. See those? We're going to take 1 and 2. We're going to fold over at 2, and we're just going to push down. And again, bone folder, burnish. And there's our tower. Could it be any easier than that? Right? Okay, so let me see something. Okay, so here we go. Now I need to put tear and tape on all these pieces of the tower because, let me stand it up. I have to explain something really, really easy, really important. You got to pay attention that you're putting your wings facing out, okay? So here's the other one. It's going to face away. And here's the other one. It's going to face away like that, okay? So let's put the tear and tape on. And we're going to take our time. So Miss Beverlee and you get it, and we don't make a mistake. Now this is a 1.5 inch rectangle that we've scored right. So we're going to need 2 pieces of tear and tape to hold that wing down on each rectangle area. You could use glue. You just have to wait for it to dry, which I didn't want to do on my live. You could use I don't use it, so I forget what it's called, but it's the tape you reel, The name will come to me in a minute, or one of you can remind me the name of it. But the double-sided tape that you can wheel out. Whichever adhesive you have and like that's strong, you can use here. Okay. Okay, so what's the story here? We got to burnish, right? If we don't want to be frustrated, if we want to take these off easily, you must burnish. All right, so let's start with number 1. I'm going to take one off at a time. I grab the middle with my nail, take both of them off. Then I'm going to stand it up so I make sure that I put my wing facing away from this one like a pinwheel. All you have to do is put the edge of your cardstock to the end of this rectangle. So there's no, let me point that out. There is no tear and tape right up, get my pointer, right up to the edge there. I did that on purpose and I didn't say it because I want to be able to push this in without it grabbing yet, making sure it's even, and then I let it grab. Okay? So I already burnished, so all I have to do is pull, stand it up, and put it away from the other wing. One more time. Stand it up. There's no glue at the very end of this, so I can push and let it grab, and then I have my pinwheel. So that is how easy it is to make a pinwheel card. Now you have these areas that you can embellish whichever way you like. So here is where I took my cardstock mats and I'm going to lay these down. Let's look at the original card. We're going to start with the sentiment. So this is a cardstock mat, and then DSP, and then white cardstock. So let's do that. Hi, Louise. And at this point, I am going to take my liquid glue. Okay, and set this down. So yesterday was a fun day for me. I had, this is the mats that I didn't cut out, so I have to cut those out still. I had a new customer come by. Her name's Linda. And we actually went to school together, but we didn't know each other in school, and we talked about that, and we met up again at a class reunion and saw each other here and there to do with school things. Hi, Nikki. And now we're friends. Wish we were friends since high school, but we didn't know each other back then. Shame. And she fell in love with Stampin' Up! And she took advantage of the free shipping yesterday. And so she's going to get started here, she's hoping to come to open house, which is August 1st. Speaking of open house, and it's from 1 to 5. Speaking of open house right now, I'm going to do something new at open house this time because I think it's going to benefit my customers. And so there we go. They're all ready to go. I can't believe I didn't do the other size. So the cardstock mats, let's see. These were these. So the cardstock mats for these sides are 4 3/4 by 2 1/4. Okay, so let me get my cutter. So anyway, back to open house. So what I'm going to do is, my customers have been with me for a long time, most of them. And so they have stamps, they have things that they have don't use anymore. So I'm going to let everybody put their name on an item that they want to sell. One item, one. Stamp set, die set, DSP, doesn't matter, whatever it is. And it doesn't have to be a Stampin' Up! Item either. It could be whatever you want. And they can bring it with their name on it and a price on it. And they can let all the other women look at that. And if somebody else wants to buy it from them, they can. I told my customer about that, not the customer that came yesterday, but another customer of mine the other day, and she was thrilled. She's the lady that bought my paper pumpkin kit right after my live last time. She said, oh my gosh, because she was talking about how she has so many things that she no longer uses and that she would like to sell them somehow. And I told her, well, if you come to open house, I had just thought of this idea the other day. And she said, oh my gosh, Bev, that's so nice of you to do. So here's the deal. If it doesn't sell, you have to take it back home. It can only stay here while you're here because I don't have the room to keep everybody's extra things. And then next month when you come, you can bring another item. So every month you can bring one item that you would like to sell because somebody else may have been looking for that. Somebody else might be new and love it because what Stampin' Up! Product or what crafting, stamping item is not beautiful, right? I mean, if it wasn't beautiful, you wouldn't have bought it. That's how I think about it. All right, so here is the DSP that's going to line these wings here. But we're going to start with the white because I want to get my sentiments on there first. So we need to put one more layer. If I show you the card again, there's a layer of DSP on both wings. So this is this one. I'm going to put that one down, and then there's this one. And I'm going to put that one down. Now, if you didn't catch it, it's the Designer Series paper, Country Woods Designer Series paper. Both of these cards were made with that pack, and I have a lot left over. It's beautiful, beautiful paper, and it is also, hi Penny, it also is the paper you need if you decide to do my class in person or online for the frame that I showed just a minute ago. So you'll need that anyway if you don't have a wood grain DSP, and then you can use it for, well, you can use any Designer Series paper for this Pinwheel Tower card. All right, so now let's stamp. And I'm going to stamp It's Your Birthday. And I'm going to use my Early Espresso ink pad. And I used Early Espresso on this one as well, even though my DSP was more in the gray and white tones, and it looks beautiful, I think. Okay, so let's tap this and stamp. Got a little something, something on there, so let's do this side. Hi, Carol. All right. And then we're letting the person know that we're thinking of them. No, it's so fun teaching my new customer, Linda. Her husband was with her, and he sat with us most of the time. And he, in the middle of my showing her, hi, Margaret, things, he says, you're passionate about this, aren't you? I said, yeah, I guess I am. I've been doing it for 29 years, so you don't do something that long if you don't love it, right? He said, absolutely. He got a kick out of it. So, you know, they're the type of couple that I think is going to do things together, which is so fun, so awesome. So that's wonderful. Okay, so I'm just going to layer this on there. Now, if I didn't put butterflies all over this card, but I still use this designer series paper, you could use other stamps, and it would be a very manly card, wouldn't it? So that'd be fun for a young man, or even, you know, even your husband or your older son or whatever. So there you go. So now we're going to come here, and we're going to do the same thing. Decorate all of these guys. Look at the white side. Isn't that pretty? You could, because they're double-sided, you could mix and match. I'm going to leave it all the same, but you can definitely mix and match your DSPs. The internet has been, oh yeah, there's a worldwide something going on. I know Delta had a big issue. So many people stranded. My great-granddaughter and her 3 babies went back east, but they were so blessed that they just missed that horrible mess. I can't imagine her and a 5, 4, and 1.5-year-old stuck in an airport like all these people were. Oh my! I'm sure there was other people with babies and children, and oh, so miserable. So yeah, so the internet is acting up. Hello, Patricia. Welcome. Thank you for being here. So I'm just laying these all down so you can see exactly what it takes to make this tower card. Now you could stamp all of these and not use DSP. You know, use your imagination and do what you like. You can make it faster. This is just my design. Okay. So then hi Michelle. I wanted some color in this card because everything, you know, was kind of monochromatic. So I decided to go to the in colors, and I listed them all for you. And just go back to the page here. Pretty in pink. So here's the pretty in pink. And I think just so we don't have to wait on things to dry, I'm going to use mini glue dots. And I decided that I was going to make the color on this card with these butterflies from the Sketch Butterfly dies. I left the middle butterfly clear of adhesive. You kind of do want this a little bit flat. I know the stamper that receives it, if it is a stamper you send it to, will fluff them up after the card is in the mail, you know, after they open it up. But you have to leave them flat while you're, before you mail it, so it can mail. And then we're gonna go to, what is it, Petunia Pop? Or, oh, I listed Peach Pie next, so let's go to Peach Pie. And same thing, mini glue dot on the top and the bottom butterfly. And then set that down. And then Petunia Pop. Could you please, let's see, hold up the I will, Karen, I absolutely will. Hi to Lucy. I absolutely will, Karen. I had a customer request that I list everything for her, and so that's why I've got them available to you now. Okay, so there's that. Now we're going to go to the pockets. I must have had sticky fingers last night. I see some more adhesive there on this beautiful pocket. When you run these, I'm going to run one through the machine for you so you can see, especially if you're new. But when you run it through, it's a solid pocket. It does not have this beautiful, beautiful, beautiful rose design on it. That is from the Pocket Thoughts dies. The rose, I'm sorry, the rose is from the designer tag dies. I will hold everything up for you again and show you. So now I'm just going to take glue. You can use tear and tape mini glue dots at this point here if you like. But I love, love, love those designer tags. I showed them to you on a live just the other day, and you guys loved them as well. So here's another way that I'm using them. And that's what I said at the beginning. I like to keep showing you things. I just don't want to show you one time and then there you go. I want to show you how you can just keep using them. So I scored that one down while this glue was getting a little tacky. And now I can place it on my card and it will stick better. It won't keep popping off because I gave it a moment to get tacky. Take my bone folder and push down really well on those tabs. Okay, so let's put glue on this one. So I love to teach you to let your glue get tacky. It just saves you some heartache. It's slippage, you're slipping around, getting your fingers all sticky with wet glue. So that's what I'm doing here. So let's go back to this one. Well, we'll let that one tack up a little bit. We're going to go back to a mini glue dot, and I'm going to take the butterfly that comes in the sketched butterfly dies and put another mini glue dot there. And again, let's leave it flat just for now. Okay, so this has tacked up somewhat. And let's put this one down. Now, you don't have to put gift cards in here. You don't have to put money in here. That was just my daughter's suggestion, and I loved it. But you could make, you could cut tags and just have different and put ribbon and just have different greetings coming out of there. Whatever you want to do. So, hi, Annie. So, it's just up to you. Just all up to your creative mind. Okay, so there's that page done. So I said I was going to cut one more out because I wanted to make sure that if anybody's new on here, that they understand what I'm talking about with dies. So here is the tag die. And again, it's from, let me show you everything. So we've been working with Sketch Butterflies bundle for a while. And that's where I'm getting all the butterfly dies. Pocket Thoughts, this is the cute little stamp set. Hi, Kathy. And it works with this card too because it's a birthday card and you could have actually stamped the cupcake and lots of love and there's, hearts and things like that. But in the Pocket Thoughts comes, bundle is the Pocket Thoughts dies. So there's a small, a medium, and a large. And I'm using the medium on this card. So that's where I got that. I showed you this about, 2 months ago or so. I told you, gift cards are just the way to go nowadays, especially if your grandkids are getting older. They have everything. So then here are the designer tag dies. And here's the dies. It has a butterfly as well. Here's one of the tags. They're so pretty. Hi, Joan. But it also has this rose die that goes in here. I just pulled it out because I knew I was going to have to use it to show you guys how I did this. Now, that rose die in the designer tags dies, it doesn't cut out the rose per se. It cuts into the paper. So let me show you what I'm trying to articulate to you. Okay. Here is our cut and emboss machine. And I've got 1, 2, and 3 platforms on here. Here is the die. I'm going to turn it this way so I can see. And I think I'm going to cut it out first. I just moved, but that doesn't matter because it's a solid pocket. So I'm going to cut this out first. put my die back. And here is the pocket. Okay. Now, I'm going to take this rose. Now I'm going to bend them just so you can see better. The die, when it cuts them out, it also scores the tabs. So that is absolutely wonderful. So now maybe you can see them a little bit better, that the tabs are there. All right. So I take this rose and I make sure that I don't have any part of this rose on the tab score line. It fits absolutely perfect, and I also don't want my leaf above the little pull out area. So I'm looking for the bottom score line, the right score line, and the left score line. And once I have it lined up correctly, I tape it down with my Post-it note tape, and then I run it through. And what this die does, it cuts out a rose window, if that's a better way to say it. But I wanted to show you because I was afraid if I explained it, it might not be clear. And I don't want anybody to be confused. So let's pull this off. Take your pick tool again and just punch out these little detailed parts of the rose. Now at this point, I just had another thought. If you got a colored cardstock and put it behind, or some window sheets or something, and put it behind, look at how your pocket would have color behind it if you wanted it to. Okay. So now we're just going to fold this back up. See how much using your bone folder makes things so much easier. Your score lines just stay so much better. This is a must tool if you're a beginner. My two new ladies ordered these right away. They're good listeners. Okay, so now I need my glue back. And glue the tabs. I'm gonna grab my card back. I already have that butterfly on there, so I don't have much else to do to let that dry. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm going to add a little embellishments on this one while that's drying. I didn't do that to the first one, so I'm just gonna grab and put a little embellishment there. I don't like to sit around and fiddle my thumbs while that's getting sticky, so I find something to do. Okay, so that one's ready for this here. Okay. See, it wasn't quite ready. So let's take our bone folder and help it stick down. But honestly, tell me, if you got a card like this and it had other sentiments, tags, gift cards, cash in it, would you be excited and happy? Would that make you smile? I think it would. You can tell me if you like this with your hearts or your thumbs up. I am not going to forget to give you the measurements and stuff again before I close. Okay. Just cleaning up. You know how I am. I don't like a big mess all around me. It makes me nervous. Hi, Barbara. Okay, these are the iridescent foil gems. 162842. They are not on the printout because I just decided to use them right now. So here we go. Let's look at this. Here is where you send your message. You can put whatever you want there. I just stamped the butterflies from the Sketch Butterfly stamp set. Both of these sentiments are from the Sketch Butterfly stamp set. The DSP and the mounting behind it on the tower card. Then we flip it over and we can put, I'm just using my manager's business card in there. So it fits your business card if you're a businesswoman. I also have a Starbucks gift card that I need to use. That's in there. And I also have a little bit of cash folded, just folded in half and folded in half again. You want them to see the amount, and don't push it down all the way so they can grab it out easily. And there you go. If you missed it, I have a bigger envelope. It's a larger card than normal. I got these envelopes at Staples, and I think they were 6 by 9, around that measurement there. It stands up like this. Thanks, Carol. So you can spin it and look and see everything that's involved. There's so many different things you can do with this tower card. This is just my design. Here is the design from yesterday. I just wanted to show you the different DSPs. And then we need to show you the measurements and things again. So get your phones ready to take a snapshot. Or you can watch this replay again and see it all again. So it's called a Pinwheel Tower card. The base is 7 by 5, and then those are the score lines. The wings, you remember what the wings are. You need 3 of them. There's their measurements. The cardstock mats. So I'm going to take the time to point them out so you know what that is. These are the wings. These are the wings. These are the cardstock mats. This is the designer series paper. Okay, so then the cardstock mats for this size and the designer series paper. The basic white cardstock for this area here. Then you'll need more basic white cardstock if you want to make white pockets, but that's up to you. I didn't put that down because you might not do pockets. You might do different color pockets. It's just up to you. Here is what I used. I used the Sketch Butterflies bundle, the Pocket Thoughts dies, the designer series, the designer tag dies. And remember, it's free shipping today, plus bonus days. So you'll get a $5 coupon for every $50 you spend. Hi, Deborah. The Country Woods designer paper. You need that if you want to make, if you want to be in my online class, to make this, or if you want to come to my class to make this photo frame. You are loved beyond measure. Oh my gosh, it's so pretty in person. Everybody that's seen it in person loves it. Okay, so then a basic white cardstock, basic beige cardstock. Now this is to copy mine. Petunia Pop cardstock, Pretty in Pink, Peach Pie, Early Espresso ink and cardstock, paper trimmer, Simply Score tool, and then your adhesives. I use tear and tape and liquid glue and mini glue dots. You need your bone folder, your take your pick tool, your cut and boss machine. Okay, so there it is. There we go. If I can do anything else to help you make this card, please let me know. I'm going to keep this one standing up this way and this one this way so you can see how they look. Thank you so much for being here. I'm going to get busy. I heard around the corner that somebody put a beautiful chair out on their driveway to give away. I got to go check it out. All right, ladies, take care. Bye-bye.